Graphic design. It's almost like magic, wouldn't you say? Well, let's stick everything together, give it a shake, and let's go exploring.
Early writing had developed in simple pictures, creating a connection between written and oral language. The ability to record and relay information eventually emerges as civilization began. Moving on to alphabets. It's a set of visual symbols or characters used to represent the elementary sounds of a spoken language. Chinese writing evolves over time, becoming more simplified. For example, the character for Li is translated as tripod. The manuscript was portable due to its size, making it possible to spread the word about religious beliefs. Printing in Europe begins with block printing and proceeds with illustration and movable typography. Typography consists of printing with reusable bits of wood or metal. Woodcut artists and typographic printers collaborated to develop broadsheets and illustrated books. The Renaissance period was between the 14th and 15th centuries of Italy, but is considered a transition from medieval to modern world. The 18th century ends with revolutions involving France and the American colonies. As humans experience new changes, so does visual communication.
Technological advances in machine-set typography allowed for a global spread of words and pictures, kickstarting the age of mass communication. The late 19th century saw the emergence of a book design renaissance, largely as a result of the arts and crafts movement, which flourished in England as a reaction against the social, moral, and artistic confusion of the Industrial Revolution. European artists were captured by the ukiyo-e coming out of Japan. Their inspiration culminated in Art Nouveau. Frank Lloyd Wright's philosophy about function and form influenced every area of 20th century design. The 19th and 20th century saw many new and interesting modern art movements, many of which influenced the development of graphic design. The poster reached the height of its importance during World War I. Governments used posters as propaganda and visual persuasion tools. Russian artists embraced both futurism and cubism. From those movements, they developed their own two distinct design philosophies: suprematism and constructivism. Also at the beginning of the 20th century was the Style movement, founded by Theo van Doesburg. One of the most important developments in graphic design history was the creation of the Bauhaus in 1919 by Walter Gropius. Though the Bauhaus would dissolve, its approach to design would be shared with a wide audience through the works of John Teichold. The London Underground continued to innovate graphic design through the work of Henry C. Beck and his redesign for the subway map.
Prior to the 1930s, the traditionally illustrated style dominated throughout the U.S., but a wave of immigrants coming to America brought with them their own diverse ideas and styles of design. Simple and streamlined designs reflected the emerging international graphic style. Popular typefaces such as Helvetica and Universe were developed during this period. Graphic design continued to become less formal in its approach to organized space. Designers often sought to solve communication problems while also satisfying their own personal expressions. An increased capacity for consumer goods post-World War II led to the development of individual corporate identities which competed for diverse audiences. Designers moved forward with creating more abstract images which carried meaning. Often, a visual pun or play on words using typography was included. Postmodernism challenged the order and clarity of design by expressing the playful attitude of the time. Designers would often rely on their gut feeling to place a form in space. Conceptual innovation was now becoming a global dialogue with a worldwide reach. With the rapid development of technology during the 80s and 90s, one innovation in part of the world had the possibility of rapidly spreading to another. Overall, computers have empowered users with even greater control and freedom for potential design projects. Graphic design has become more increasingly intermingled with technology since the explosive growth of digital hardware. Where do you think we'll go from here?